My name is Maureen Holloway. I'm from CHFI, and I have the honor of being your MC tonight for an inspiring evening that brings together some of St. Michael's best and brightest researchers. 8 teams of doctors and scientists from St. Michael's will each have 4 minutes to pitch their research projects. They're pitching to our 3 angels, our angels Dan jury, and ultimately to you, our audience. The angels and the jury will select the top 2 teams to each receive $50,000 of seed funding to support their research projects. The winners will also go on to compete for Canada and St. Michael's in an international research competition in Hong Kong later this year. The team with the most audience votes will win the People's Choice Award of $10,000 toward their research project.
You all know that St. Mike's is a wonderful hospital that takes care of patients who are the most critically ill as well as disadvantaged. But you might be surprised to learn this. St. Mike's has about 1,000 people doing research. Tonight, you're going to hear from a handful of these researchers about fascinating solutions to complex health problems.
Our first 4 teams are part of our social innovations category.
Did you know that over 500,000 Canadians will suffer a concussion each year?
There are way too few specialty head injury clinics in Canada, and that makes the waiting period to see a specialist really long. What we intend to do is embed this decades of experience into a high-quality app that people can use to manage their own symptoms.
So how much are you asking for?
How much are we asking for?
Sorry, wrong show. Wrong show. My bad, wrong show.
As much as you can give us.
Let's start
Good
with-
answer.
Yes.
Can you raise your hand? How many of you know somebody who has had a stroke? Thank you. This is not surprising that the whole audience raised their hand because in Canada, someone is having a stroke every 10 minutes.
Unfortunately, many of these patients reach me too late, and we want to study the reasons why patients are reaching us late. We cannot let this kind of technology go to waste.
Our story tonight is about people who are homeless, who use alcohol or substances, and who are facing a crisis. Act Fast is about delivering optimal care, including nursing support, case management, in a non-judgmental and community-based setting.
Iron Mom is a toolkit of educational resources, testing pathways, and treatment pathways. It makes it easier for clinicians to do the right thing. Importantly, it empowers future moms by educating them about iron deficiency, and it also enables them to become advocates for their own health and for the health of their babies.
Good t-shirts, good branding.
From the king himself.
If they were orange, you'd be way ahead of the game right now. You would have won for sure.
The final 4 teams I will tell you about are in the biomedical innovations category. And these are scientific discoveries into new diagnostics, vaccines, or devices that will improve patients' lives.
Think of Rick as a blood cuff pressure that inflates and deflates automatically. So transiently, it cuts the blood flow to the arm and then restitute it and then block it again. This sequence caused some stress responses that in animal studies have shown to improve the blood flow to the brain, to reduce brain swelling, and protect the brain at risk.
Rick is safe, it's simple, and it may change the outcome for these patients with traumatic brain injury, and we may have the answer in just 2 short years.
With your support, we will define new drugs that protect 2 species of animals from influenza, greatly increasing the probability that they will protect humans. Our proposal is timely, it's feasible, and it's comprehensive. Help us find new drugs against flu before the next pandemic.
I learned more about how we build drugs and how we're going to prevent the next flu in 3 minutes than I think I ever possibly could.
Now, up to half of the people in our ICUs in Canada today will develop significant muscle weakness that will last a lifetime. We need to figure out how to prevent ICU-acquired weakness, and if we can't prevent it, how we're going to treat it.
This is another great presentation. I don't know how we're going to decide.
My colleague, Joao, has developed and tested and patented AirPath, a solution to blind tracheostomy that has the potential to change the way that this procedure is performed around the world.
AirPath is simple. It has only 3 components: a needle, a retractor, and an introducer. A person can perform a tracheostomy with AirPath in 3 simple steps.
It just blew me away. I think they were unbelievable. I think they all deserve to be funded.
Who knew that this was going on at St. Michael's too? I mean, this has been an incredible education that this is happening in our hospital, in our city. We thought it would be great to provide a TED-style talk We're dubbing it Dialogue in the Den, and we wanted to show you the power of what can happen when you fund early stage research.
I wouldn't have imagined that I'd be founding a company of 50 people. And what I think this really speaks to is that if we invest in discovery, it can take a life of its own, go in directions that maybe we hadn't anticipated, and really have a positive impact on society.
Tonight has showcased research because research matters. Research has impacted every single one of us, and it will continue to touch our lives throughout our lives. We are all the beneficiaries of the research that was done in the past, and we recognize the importance of paying it forward. Come be a part of the discoveries ahead. Be an angel. Join us.